What the heck is up, you guys? Animated Heroes here, back with part 2 of my 2019 action figure haul. And basically what this is just like the first video. The only reason it's separate is because I'm doing this one specifically for my Dragon Ball collectors, because you guys are probably like 90% of my views, and I highly appreciate that. So that's why I decided to make a separate video for you. What I got on screen right now is a picture I took. I don't know if I posted it on Instagram or not, but it's the Super Warrior Awakening Goku with the Demoniacal Fit accessory pack head on it, and this is for the Ultra Instinct Omen Goku. I really wish Tamashii Nations would release this form, and at some point I feel like they're going to, but right now I'm overly satisfied with this one, so I decided to go ahead and post this picture up as I do lead into the video. So how I'm going to do this one, I'm going to separate it just like the first one. I'm going to start out with the heroes. I'll go ahead and show them first, show you guys all the heroes I picked up this year, and then I'll go ahead and transition into the villains. So that being said, I'm not going to waste any time. Do hope you guys enjoy this video. Now, before we get into anything, let's go ahead and start with the 2 Dragon Ball figures I picked up this year that I don't have with me at the moment, but I do still have in my collection. Now, for the 2 that you won't be seeing in this video, but I do still have in my collection somewhere, it's going to start out with the SH Figuarts Android 21, which I gotta say is a phenomenal figure. I really enjoy it. I just hate the fact that it doesn't come with a pair of fist hands, but to be honest with you guys, it's much better having it in hand than seeing pictures of it. And of course, the one next to that is the SH Figuarts SDCC Black Goku. Goes without saying why you should have this figure. So that being said, those are my 2 that aren't going to make the video. Let's go ahead and get into everything that I did pick up that I have in hand right now. Alright, y'all, this video is going to be much shorter than the first one, and that's a bit of a relief for me because, man, did it take a while to get that one straight. But starting right off from the left, we got 2 of the same figure. No, I didn't make a mistake. I bought both of them this year for specific purposes. I'm going to start with the original release, which is the Super Saiyan Blue Gogeta from the Broly movie, which Gogeta's my favorite fusion, possibly my second favorite character out of everyone. So this figure was necessary for my collection, and the reason I bought a second one is because Demoniacal Fit released their accessory pack, which completely topped off this figure for me, because I was ticked that we never got a regular Gogeta release. Like, I feel like we are way past due for that figure, and just to have this was a breath of fresh air for me, so I decided I had to get the accessory pack to go with it. Next to him is the Demoniacal Fit Vegito 2.0, and I've said it again, this figure is fire, man. Now, a lot of you guys that are complaining about it being Demoniacal Fit, it's not actual Tamashii Nations product, I don't care, man. Like, if it's a cool looking figure, I'm gonna pick it up. Like, some of y'all are treating this like you're going against Jordans and Shaqs. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm never gonna have fake Jordans in my collection, but if it's a fake action figure that looks just like the other ones, I'm taking it, man. And this is just a knock out of the park, man. This is a home run straight up for Demoniacal Fit. I don't care what anyone says. You can fight me over it. Next to that is the SH Figuarts Super Saiyan Blue 2.0 Goku and Vegeta. Honestly, these were needed. These were very, very needed figures because the old Super Saiyan Blue figures were outdated. These are, once again, another breath of fresh air. I really like Goku more than I thought I was going to like him. And in case you guys didn't see my review, the hair on all of these figures, including the Demoniacal Fit Vegito, are all the same color blue. So that makes me feel a ton better that I can pose these guys and they all look the same. Now, next up, these 2 were exactly what we needed. Finally, something new. My boy, Great Saiyaman. Now, as you all know, Gohan is my favorite character. #1 out of Dragon Ball, just because he's the most relatable and he's the most fun to watch on screen when he's having a badass moment. So when they made Great Saiyaman, I knew for a fact I was getting it. I didn't wait on this figure whatsoever, and I'm very happy to have it in my collection. Lastly, Mr. Satan. This one is probably the best release, in my opinion, of this year for the Dragon Ball line. And the reason I say that is because he is the most different. I don't think that there's any reused parts on this figure whatsoever. And we all know how Tamashii Nations love to take a bunch of stuff, put it together that they've already made, paint it, and distribute it as another character, which is easy to do with Dragon Ball Z. But with Mr. Satan, I truly think that this is 100% all brand new parts, and that's what I like. When it's something like this, I dig it, and I don't care what the price is. I'll pay for it. Now on to the villains. I'll start with the two Broly figures. I have no complaints about these figures other than one thing, which I'll talk about in just a sec. Paint, detail, articulation, sculpt, it's all there. I don't see why any Dragon Ball fan, any Dragon Ball collector would pass on these. And I don't think too many people did, but I just don't see it. Like, this figure is a must-have. If you're a fan of Dragon Ball, especially if you like the new movie, then you have to have these two in your collection. The only gripe I would have about the two of them, the legendary form, which is his final form, would have been great with a few blast effects, and then the armored version would have done well with one or two more expressions. Other than that, I can't complain about anything. Both of these figures are necessary if you collect Dragon Ball figures. Now moving on to Frieza. You guys know I don't care about Dragon Stars whatsoever, but this Frieza will look beautiful in your collection, and as long as you pose him right, most people won't be able to tell that it's not SH Figuarts if they don't know, because it looks just like one. The only thing I would say that it lacks is maybe a little bit of detail, because the paint and everything's there. The face looks perfect. You guys are looking at it. Honestly, this figure would be perfect for me if it had a little bit more articulation in the core. I wouldn't even need an SH Figuarts for anything other than just more expression. So this is one I do recommend. It's 20 bucks. Go pick the figure up if you don't have it. As you guys can see, it looks great. Now Zamasu, the chosen one, the wannabe god of destruction, the merged one, whatever you want to call him. This guy took me a lot longer to get than he should have. I had people telling me, pick it up, it's a great figure, and I waited. Not to say I didn't get it this year, because obviously you're looking at it, but I should have had this a long time ago. He is super fun to pose. This is just a flat out fun figure, and I really enjoy it. This is one I think anyone that liked this arc would enjoy, or if you don't even know anything about Zamasu, he'd still just fit in as a cool villain to put your Dragon Ball figures up against. So great figure. I wish he would have came with one more normal expression. I don't really like the ugly half and half side, but still a good figure. Moving on to Super Boo. This figure, I think, is every Dragon Ball collector's #1 of 2019, because with this figure, there's nothing wrong. Accessories are great. Paint, detail, sculpt, everything about this figure is perfect. The reason it's not #1 for me is just because I don't really care about Super Boo that much, but they did everything right. This is one of those figures where Tamashii Nations dotted their I's and crossed their T's, because even the height is right. I love how he can almost look eye to eye with full power Broly. Like, I dig that. They did it right, and it shows. So if you don't have this figure, go pick it up. Lastly, we got Golden Frieza right here. This is the SDCC version, and I picked this guy up simply because I sold my regular one a while back. I don't know why I did it. At the time, I was like, screw this figure, so I decided to pick this one up. But anyway, that is my Dragon Ball haul of this year, and that completes part 2 of my 2019 action figure haul. I hope that you guys enjoyed these 2-part videos. If so, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. That supports the channel a lot. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and hit that bell icon, because I've had people telling me crazy they have not seen my content. Like, I get it a lot, and I don't even have that many subscribers. So make sure to hit that bell icon. Therefore, you guys can keep up with all of my content that I release in 2020. I'm going to try to get as many figures as I can. I'm starting off getting a few. So, yeah, that being said, I hope you guys have a great rest of your night. You guys have a happy New Year's. Be safe out there. And, of course, we'll be back soon with more action figure talk. Take it easy, guys. Peace.